We discussed for years how Ripple, along with the Internet of Value, was effectively building the new financial system. And it seems like all of it is coming true now. All right, for years now we have been investigating, studying, and keeping up with this. And 2025 seems like the year when everything will make sense. This is the time when everything will finally become clear to us. All right, we go all the way back to 2017, when Ripple published this post about the Internet of Value, explaining what it is and how it is advantageous to all. This served as an overview of the precise goals that Ripple is attempting to achieve. It discusses their desire to transfer money globally in the same manner as information. Furthermore, at this time, there were very few cryptocurrency projects that were truly making any kind of impact. And it all made perfect sense. They dissected every inefficiency pertaining to international payments. They made it clear to us what they hoped to achieve with blockchain technology. Naturally, the XRP ledger was the preferred blockchain. They were able to bring on a number of institutional players after they purchased Medeco. Since then, they have also purchased a number of additional businesses, including Hidden Road. Even when we look at the business side about, Ripple, we have built the Internet of Value, which allows money to be moved around the world in the same way that information is currently moved. Our goal is to provide innovative crypto solutions for a global economy that transcends national boundaries. Global financial institutions, corporations, governments, and developers may move, manage, and tokenize money with the support of Ripple's blockchain technology, which helps to increase economic opportunity for everyone worldwide. In essence, a network and cryptocurrency were developed for this purpose. Therefore, everything makes perfect sense when we consider what is now taking place and what we are seeing today. You mean we go back to 2023? Why am I revisiting 2023? We return in particular to the summer. We get XRP approved as a non-security in July 2023. August arrives. What is the role of Ripple? They join the CPMI group at the BIS. In case you're unaware, it is their cross-border payments market infrastructure group, the Bank of International Settlements. In light of that, the Central Bank of Central Banks is partnering with a blockchain-based business to facilitate international payments. We return to the Internet of Value in 2017. What do they hope to resolve? International payments. After this, everything began to make sense. We saw financial alliances, Ripple collaborating with some of the largest organizations like the IMF and then the Bs in 2023. As time goes on, we just see Ripple paving the path for them to become the major force behind the Internet of Value. Indeed, tokenization is the crucial element in all of this. According to the Ripple website's homepage, we have updated your financial infrastructure. We have stable coinage, custody, and payments down here. It's true that there are ripple effects from fast payments, assets, tokenization, blockchain, and cryptocurrency occurring all around the world at the moment. It is taking place. Down here, we also have their customer page. However, the most important issue I want to examine here and demonstrate to you all is how important XRP is to all of this. All right, let's move on to the financial aspect of this. I think that tokenization, or at least its association with it, was observed at banks. It's not visible to me under the banks here. Perhaps it fell under fintechs. Let me see. No, custody is involved. Perhaps it's cryptocurrency companies in particular. Although I don't see a connection to tokenization the way they did in the past. I am aware that XRP is the network of choice for tokenization in general. Since I last checked, they have made some changes, but if we look at what's going on here, practically everything that Ripple is doing involves XRP in the XRPL. Several folks have been telling me, oh no, they're trying to replace XRP, particularly with the stablecoin. XRP and the XRPL, several folks have been telling me, oh no, they're trying to replace XRP, particularly with the stablecoin. XRP's general use case, which has always been similar to bridging transaction payments, is supported by the stablecoin. This makes cross-border payments quicker and less expensive. The Internet of Value is made up of stable currency, are a significant component of the value-based internet. Today, they are making it possible for payments to proceed at the pace of information. The announcement from MasterCard is actually here, and it comes from the company, by the way. Now that the Genius Act has been approved, a new era of transparency and trust in digital assets is upon us, one for which we have spent years preparing. We have investigated how stable coins might improve and supplement current payment mechanisms in both traditional and cryptocurrency ecosystems. This is MasterCard once more. This is a business that practically everyone is aware of. They're now discussing a new era for digital assets. They discuss stablecoins, cryptocurrency, and how these will fundamentally improve and supplement current payment methods. The most absurd aspect of it all is that Trump just explained to us exactly what they're doing with cryptocurrency. Additionally, they require a neutral bridge currency when there are numerous stablecoins. Additionally, the Ripple platform is completely regulated globally. Ripple has already applied to 11 pending jurisdictions as of right now. We can observe their compliance, and they currently hold 64 active licenses and MTLs. Additionally, they are an American Bankers Association member, and the Payment Association, in addition to the fact that they collaborate with the BIS, which collaborates with SWIFT, a few other major players, and all the banks I haven't even mentioned yet. There are hundreds or more, but I find it absurd that people don't notice it anymore, don't they? Stablecoins are the most absurd aspect of this, aren't they? We are aware that stablecoins are now trending. A crypto makeover is coming to the dollar. The financial system is outdated by several decades. The new brilliant legislation will reinforce the dollar and fight back against BRICS by rebuilding America's antiquated payment rails with cutting-edge crypto technology. This has always been Ripple's objective. Even if we return here, we may still see people discussing how the financial system is flawed because it has always been flawed. The current financial system is incredibly inefficient when we consider it. It's absurd to send money all over the world. We are therefore going to see the entire space expand astronomically over the next several years when we consider what this will accomplish and what is actually taking place. And it all begins with governments adopting technology. And the United States is going to do just that. Take a look at this. And by that, I mean that we have PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, Zelle, and all of these things, and they all sound fantastic. However, the fact that they're only a user interface is the issue. Nothing is changing behind the scenes. They're just a beautiful user interface. Therefore, it still takes days for funds to settle. The fees remain exorbitant. Furthermore, the transparency is appalling. Thus, our rails still require upgrading. And this is accomplishing precisely that. David Sachs is over here, and President Trump continues to produce historic wins. The Genius Act, which establishes a foundation for stable currency, was signed today. The technical foundation of the financial system is decades or even years old, yet many Americans are not aware of this. Although Paul and others are working to resolve the issue, money transfers and payments are expensive and can take days or even weeks to process. This measure would make the entire antiquated system eligible for a modern overhaul utilizing cutting-edge crypto technology. 2 years after I actually met you for the first time, who would have guessed that we would be saying that? The Genius Act effectively strengthens and elevates the dollar by offering banks, companies, and financial institutions a framework for issuing cryptocurrency assets back one for one with actual US dollars, treasury bills, and other cash equivalencies. Furthermore, a lot of Americans are not aware of that behind the scenes. And yes, listen, when we consider what's going on here, the majority of people on the planet are not aware of how dysfunctional our banking system is because we've been merely covering it up over the years. By establishing clear guidelines and reversing the 4-year-old regulation by prosecution strategy, this bill will enable America to dominate the cryptocurrency market. It will replace outdated payment rails with a cutting-edge blockchain-based payment system. Additionally, by developing a digital dollar that anyone can use anywhere in the globe, it will further solidify the US dollar's supremacy in the global economy. There will be a traditional dollar set aside in a US bank account for each digital dollar in a cryptocurrency wallet, generating trillions of dollars in demand for US Treasury securities. President Trump has made and fulfilled a significant commitment. However, the House has passed clarification as if that weren't enough. President Trump has pledged to support the market structure bill as it moves forward through the Senate. President Trump has fulfilled his pledge to establish the US as the global center of cryptocurrency. I am grateful for your leadership, President Trump. Yes, pay attention. This is the beginning of it all. We are currently seeing the United States' new financial system come to fruition.